Hello there and welcome to video 6 of Boolean simplification. The students asked me to simplify this because it proved to be a little bit tricky. Even though it's only worth 4 marks, we need to make sure that we get every single mark in our exam. So the reason why it was tricky because it's hard to work out where to even start off. And the first thing that I'd do is I'd look for common terms. So in my common terms here, I've got not A and B and not A and B. And then I've got A and B and A and B. Now each of these are separated by a C and a not C. In between each set of terms is an OR, and in between each term in itself is an AND symbol. So let's have a look at this middle part first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to write A and B, and inside brackets, not C or C. Now why am I allowed to do that? Well, the reason why is because if I take this term here, which is A and B, and I multiply out my brackets, each side, it will result in all of this up here. So you can try that out and distribute these brackets and it will result in exactly the same thing. So instead of distributing the brackets here, I have actually factorized. Now at this stage, all I'm going to do is write out the rest of my Boolean equation. So I've got not A and B and not C. Now be careful as you're writing these out because it's really simple to forget the knotted bars. I've done that a few times before and it's messed up my simplification. Be careful in an exam because we have a tendency to rush things. So after we've done that now, I'm still not finished with this middle part because I know that if I have a 0 as an input and it gets knotted to a 1, and I have 1 as an input and it gets knotted to a 0, if I OR those two terms together, I know that it's going to result in 1 all the time. So this situation here, where I've got not C or C, is going to result in 1. So I'll write out my terms again. And it is a painful process, but we need to do it to show every step in our exam. So here we go, A and B. If we AND that with 1, so remember anything ANDed with itself using the rule A and 1 is always going to result in itself. So here this is just going to be A and B. And then on this side, nothing changes here. On this side, nothing changes here yet. So at this point, students tend to get stuck because they're looking for the next step. Well, the next step really is the same as the previous step. So if I just use the commutative law here to just move a few terms around, I have the first term here, I have the other set of terms over there, so I'll bring that across. So I've used the commutative law here just to swap A and B ORed with not A and B and not C. And you can see again, like I said before, we've got some common terms again. Not A and B is the same. So if I was to move those, what I'll do is I would put A and B, and that gets factorized into not C or C again. So there they are, not C is there, my C is there, not A and B, not A and B. They're the same. So I'll factorize that there, that situation, and then I've got the final terms at the end there, which is A and B. So I know what this step is now. I'm pretty comfortable with that. I did it before. I'll just do the same thing again. So there we are. I've got rid of not C or C, and that becomes 1. And on this side is the same over there. And then again, I'll just use my same rule that I used up here, and I'll get rid of that. So that's not A and B. And on this side, A and B. Well then, Three's a charm. I might as well do the same thing again. Have I got common terms here? Yes, I have. I've got B and I've got B. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove B out of there, and that gets factorised with not A or A. So again, if you can, by all means, distribute these. So B ANDed with not A becomes not A and B, and then, or B and not A, should I say, so it's just swap round. And then B and A is odd together with the first one. So that would produce the same result over there. So if I expand these, it becomes this here. At that point, I know what A or A is. That becomes 1. So I've got B and 1, and anything ANDed with itself becomes itself. And that's our answer there for 4 marks. Remember the steps. First, looking at it, I look for common terms to see if I could distribute or factorise the simplification. After that, I look for my common identities, so I started to take not C or C, simplify it down to 1. And I did that twice. Then in the final part, I did my factorisation, and I broke down my not A and A rule down to 1, and then I ANDed that with B to produce B.